Yes, we are on the menu screen. No, nothing is wrong. I would just like to share two hugely important things as we continue with the meta series before we do anything else. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. And before we play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Challenges meta series, where we are taking on the Escape the Darkwalker challenge for the first time. Number one, the Escape the Darkwalker premiere yesterday was easily the best we've ever had. I am still completely overcome by the Legion's generosity. I just don't have the words, even though I've written them down. Thank you to members and subscribers, new and old, so much for making the premiere and this channel so positive and wholesome, and just the entire, now I'm going off script, just the entire experience of being back. Thank you for making it so incredibly, shockingly uplifting and positive. I never imagined it, and I could have never imagined it in a million years. It's been amazing. You're fantastic, and I'm grateful that you're all here. That's number one. Number two, slightly more serious note, not that that wasn't serious. I have never played this challenge before, nor the next and final challenge in the meta series, until of course the Hunted Part 3 comes out. Then we'll do an addendum to the meta series later in the year. While this might make it seem like I need help, or that I want help, the truth is the opposite. I don't need it, and unless I ask for it, I don't want it. Please do not leave me hints, tips, or spoilers in the comments. I understand so completely, and I appreciate even the desire to be helpful. But please be considerate of my desire to experience the challenge on my own terms, and to read my own comments without fear of spoilers. The struggle of learning what to do and what not to do is part of what makes my videos exciting for people to watch, so please don't take that away from me or from people by being helpful without an invitation. Also, please understand that I will occasionally ask rhetorical questions, so do not assume that any question means I want an answer in the comments. If I am looking for help or for an answer, I will say so, I promise, in direct terms. Anyway, thank you for listening. I don't typically begin episodes in this way, but this is a very exciting challenge for me and for everyone watching, so I wanted to make sure we touched on that. Now, I believe we have a Darkwalker to escape. Oh, look, we got our flare back, just like I said. So, I don't need to stay here very long. I've already fully searched up the barn, so what I'm going to do, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, is head, this time, straight. Oh, look, here. Straight for the farmhouse. Another thing I want to do really quickly is, okay. So it does seem like there's only one campfire here. So what this implies to me quite heavily is that, hang on, can I possibly... All right, there's no information here, and I can't look at any other regions until I'm actually there. Let's see. Okay, it does show me where I am. That's very interesting. Never happens quite that way. A river turned onto itself. Okay, you know what? So, Coastal Highway it is, Ben. I've been standing here. But let's go ahead. This is kind of what I did last episode, but what we're going to do this time is just book it. Because mobility seems to be the name of the game for this challenge. So we're going to go for mobility. And hopefully not suffer the consequences too quickly. I still love the green tint to everything. Just changes the atmosphere so much. And I like also that the map points out the level of toxicity that is currently in the atmosphere. If you missed that, we've got 12% toxic fog. So that's kind of a timer in its own right, which is why we can't afford just to be running around and looting everything like normal. As the Dead Sleep will have a similar vibe, because we will have to move from location to location, and because there's no health recovery, any moment wasted is not necessarily a death sentence, but it certainly contributes. I'm going to cut through here. It does seem like there are no hostile wildlife of any kind. That could change. Could very much be not the case. But I like that we're given full maps and the ability just to move from fire to fire. That makes life a little bit easier. While also, I have to say, fundamentally changing the experience, doesn't it? It does. Like, I mean, maybe you disagree, but I don't feel like there's a lot of room for disagreement, to be frank, because so much of the Long Dark, even if you know the maps, like the entire point is that you don't have a map, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're going to do, and now this is much more of a, here are several, specific locations you need to get to. What's different about this one is I don't quite know where this next one is supposed to be. I just have the river that turns in on itself. And that could be referring to any number of things, honestly. It could be referring to Mystery Lake. Maybe. But hence, lake, because a river that turns in on itself would form a lake. Hang on, let me see if that's the exact wording or if I'm misremembering it. Because if that's the exact wording, then that will confirm that maybe Mystery Lake is the place to go. Ugh, nervous and misclicking things. All right. I know, Darkwalker's coming. I know. Everybody, get your heart rate monitors on. It's fine, it's fine. Where the flipping flip are the notes? Examine. A pale river turned on itself will rush the blood to my head. Okay. That seems more likely than not to be a reference to Mystery Lake. Now, unfortunately... Yeah, do I have coffee, by the way? I think I do have coffee. I'm going to need some. Unfortunately, we are already headed to Coastal Highway, and we would kind of lose time. We can head to Coastal Highway and see if there's a fire there, and then cut to Mystery Lake. And that's what I'm going to do. Or die trying, which is likely. I do have some coffee. I just don't have any coffee to cook. So I'll have to either find some at a fire. There we go. So that's a little bit better. This endless night is so fun. It's just my favorite thing ever. What kind of light do I have? I have one flare. Great. Do I have a stim? No. Of course not. So it just seems like we need to move from fire to fire. And when the Darkwalker shows up, as happened in the premiere, we just need to run from him. I didn't look for it either. I was just hoping there would be an explanation somewhere of like what happened with the ward at the end. I mean, one of my mods did mention, and a few other people mentioned, that the ward worked. But I perhaps was not close enough to it or didn't put it on the right surface. So I'll figure that out. But one of the other things that I was hoping for an explanation on, and really what I was starting to reference a moment ago, was the restart that we had, where the game just kind of stopped. And I don't know that I hit literally every button. I would think that I would have tried to pull this screen up to check my status. Maybe I didn't, but it just seemed like it was locked, which is why I kind of made the decision not to sit and be too ridiculous in that moment. Just waiting for something to happen. All right, there's more spray paint for glyphs. And let's get moving. We don't have a lot of time. I don't want to... Alright, I'm really hoping the Darkwalker doesn't spawn in the cave, because if he does, I'm dead. Like, thoroughly and completely and totally dead. All of those things. Hey, quality tools. Nice. If you say anything about someone's stash, Mark, we will all love you forever. No, just kidding. Well, no, not really kidding, to be honest. It'll be hilarious. There's an argument for not needing any books. So, there's probably an argument for not needing a bunch of this stuff, like quality tools, that I got so excited about. Anyway, let's keep moving. Nice firm drop there. Alright, I'm not going to go that way. We're going to go this way. Thankfully, flares last a good long time. You know what would really suck? If the Darkwalker showed up at the wrong end of this thing right now. And I had to go back another way. Right, there's some cloth. So what I'm kind of thinking is there's probably a good reason.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
That's probably meant to be like motivation to keep moving as rapidly as possible. Okay, I really don't need any of that stuff, although I can. Come on. I'm so nervous, holy crap. Alright, let's put that on. I'll repair it later. But yeah, it's motivation just to get through these tunnels as quickly as you can. I don't have any coffee. I was searching those containers hoping to get coffee, and there's no coffee.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah, that's the downside of sprinting. Okay. There may be coffee here. I just don't have too much time to sit and try and figure it out. I mean, I suppose it's also possible that the Darkwalker will not spawn in these tunnels, but I think what's more likely... Alright, I don't see any coffee. I think what's more likely is, yes, it will. Emergency stim. Awesome. That could come in very handy in a pinch, especially. But what's more likely is that we'll just have to, like, use a ward in the dark if things get bad. Alright, so we're going to go to Mystery Lake. Assuming we don't see a fire in Coastal Highway, which we might. And hopefully that'll have some coffee for me when I find it. Yes, I know the Darkwalker is hunting me. Thank you for adding to my anxiety. That's so nice of you, game. I appreciate you. Just what I needed was to fear for my life constantly. I haven't made up my mind yet if this is more or less terrifying than the old bear. No, sorry. That's a joke. I'm lying. This is definitely more terrifying. There's a flare. Good. So that's a little bit of additional light. Some cloth. Yeah. Alright, I am officially carrying way too much crap. So let's drop that. It's not needed. Let's drop most of that wood. And let's skedaddle. I may need to use a stim if push comes to shove. Alright, what do we have? Anything in Aha! We have a fire. Alright, so the fires also grant protection, as I recall.
This is a nightmare. I want to wake up.
Alright, so the Darkwalker is closing in. Alright, so that's a lure. I'm going to hopefully not die because I did that. Hang on, got an idea.
What is that thing?
Alright, so now I'm going to sprint as hard as I can.
No.
Are you freaking kidding me? Flew over that edge a little bit. I'm going to sprint as hard as I can toward that fire. Could end up paying the price for doing this, but I feel like it's a risk worth taking now that I know a little bit more about how this works. Also, I don't feel like I had to go straight to Mystery Lake, which is good. fire, where are you? Okay, over there. Thank God the ice doesn't crack, you know what I mean? This is fine.
I could just lay down.
Yep, there we go. Alright, so now if that thing... Alright, I'm just gonna have to get out a ward if I can't get to the fire in time. I knew that would happen. That's honestly why I was trying to sprint down without getting hurt. But I did the best I could. Alright, I think I see the glow from the fire. Yeah, I do. Oh man, that's a good ways away, and we are completely out of any means to speed ourselves up. This is fine. Everything's fine. Hopefully that fire protection is nice and strong. I'm just saying. Hopefully it's nice and reliable. Yeah, I can see the light. So we're supposed to seek out... How many diary pages were there? 10? So there could potentially be... This challenge could involve a lot of travel. Maybe even to every zone in the game, or most of the zones. Or maybe there are multiple fires in some zones. But I'm inclined to think there's going to be one per zone. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. You know, you would think the Darkwalker would infer where I am, given how close we were just now. This is fine. I probably shouldn't take my eyes off that spot, should I? The crappy thing is, if the Darkwalker gets in proximity again, like right now, there's still a chance it could close in on me before I reach the fire. Because I cannot possibly move any faster. Can you cook things on the green fires? I would think not. But if you could, then if this next particular fire gave me coffee, which, by the way, if it doesn't, I'm screwed. But I think coffee is probably a fairly integral element of this. The stim might have been overkill a little bit. I just really wanted to get to this fire, partly out of curiosity, just to see what would happen. Insert citation to all of my past meta-series comments about taking more silly risks in the higher level challenges. For science. Okay, so I'm hearing creepy noises. That's great. Love it. Love everything about it. Alright, so the fires provide total protection or some protection? I don't know. Ward. Okay, yeah, the fires do provide protection. Alright, so mucklux, rabbit skin mitts, energy bar, tin of coffee, lantern fuel. Perfect. So that tin of coffee couldn't have come at a better time. And marine flare. There are cooking slots.
I need to drop something.
How much water do I have on me? Enough to make some coffee. Alright, let me also go ahead and put some of this stuff on that I just got. The mucklux, very best footwear in the game we now have. That is freaking amazing. Oh wow. Is it really better? Yeah, it is. Probably because it's... Yeah, I don't need to worry about that too much. Alright, while that's cooking, let's go ahead and put some things away, because I don't need to be carrying this much stuff around everywhere. I can drop that fire log, because fire log's heavy. Probably drop that, because I don't think I'm going to get bitten. I can drop that, because they're heavy. Although, the energy shot might come in handy. So I'll keep that. I forgot that I had the energy shot, to be honest. It's not something that I use often, so... I want to try and lower my encumbrance by as much as I can. There's the coffee. Let's drink it. Although there's an argument that maybe I shouldn't have drank that just now. I should wait until it's time to definitely, like, leave. And then drink all the coffee at once. That's probably what I'll do. Alright, so this ward does seem to have a limited time span on it. Great. Let's see what else we can drop then. definitely have a lot of items we can drop. Mostly clothing. I can keep those socks. Let's put the climbing socks on. And that should mostly do it. The revolver is more or less useless, as are the arrows in this challenge, I would think. Flare shells, definitely. I'm just going to get rid of those. All right, so 4 minutes till ready. Let's go ahead and take that, and I'm just going to keep making coffee. We will pass time until it's ready. Okay, so that's all of the coffee we can make. How much... I mean, I probably don't need to make water right now. So what I need to be doing is just drinking that and then getting the heck out of this zone. I'll just read the diary page real quick after I... Oh, you're not thirsty. Of course you're not. Wait. No, don't do that. I meant to double-click the frickin' crackers. All right. I'll drink some more coffee. Too full to eat, of course. All right, well, we're not completely tired anymore, and I'm not encumbered from all of this stuff that I'm carrying, so I'll drink more coffee as I am able to. All right, so this ward is not going to last much longer. There's only one campfire. We can go to Desolation Point. We can go to Coastal, or we can go to Desolation Point in this direction, or we can go to Mystery Lake. I think I'm definitely interested in just... Hang on, let me step this way a bit so I can see the arrow. I really want to judge my exact direction as best I can. Yeah, if we just go straight this way, I can find my way towards the Mystery Lake exit. So, here we go. Let me go ahead and drink a little bit more coffee just to be energized. I don't have a lot of water, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, that wasn't a ton of coffee. So, not good. But I'm no longer encumbered, which is a win. I'll take it. Oh, boy. This is fine. Everything's fine. So, I guess... And by the way, notice that when we were in range of that ward, it was definitely, like, bright white on the screen. That implies what I kind of was beginning to piece together last episode, that the ward is only active when you're close enough to it, and then when you move far away from it, it is no longer active. So, together with what I learned from the previous episode about maybe spraying wards inside rather than outside, I kind of assumed that you put a ward on a location, but I really just think that wards are around like a circumference. So they're not unlike, not to keep dropping Phasmophobia references, but I think it's appropriate. They're not unlike the crucifix a little bit, you know? All right, I'm going to just dip into this fishing hut because if there's a can of coffee here, it's going to be amazing. This is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Totally fine. Totally fine. That's a loon, not a wolf. Everything is fine. Don't need revolver ammo.
Never would have thought to look here.
Don't need those matches either. Don't know why I took them. Coffee? I will take the flare. Thank you. Okay, no coffee. Sad day. Perfect. All right, I'm pretty much headed straight for the exit. I just need to find my way up to it. I should be able to recognize where I am as soon as I see land. I don't want to sprint too much because it's going to waste my energy. So that's an interesting aspect of this. Did it give me another stim, by the way? No, it didn't. Oh, I forgot about that. Let's drink the Go energy drink. Ooh, look at that. So I think when the Go energy drink wears off, I think you do have a little bit more of a caffeine crash effect than what drinking a lot of coffee gives you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I haven't read the diary page yet, I know. Right now I just want to find the next fire. We'll read 2 diaries at 1 fire. I need to use the energy that I have to get to Mystery Lake. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. Running, 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 running. Okay. Okay, everything's fine. This is fine. Are you fine? I'm fine. Darkwalker's fine. Don't know where the Darkwalker is, but he's fine. Probably. More fine than me, for sure. Alright, so there are some huts that I could search here for coffee, and I'm tempted to, but I don't want to... I feel like the coffee is something the game is going to give me in large quantities if I just... Yeah, hang on. Yeah, let's try and find our way up this way. I think the game is going to give me the coffee in large quantities if I just keep looking for the fires. It could also give me energy drinks, etc. What is this music? Make it stop. Oh man, there's a location that you utterly forget exists. Oh my god, I had completely forgotten that hut existed. Wow, 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 wow. Remember in one of the last challenges where I was like, okay, we've searched every location in Pleasant Valley. I think that was in one of the last challenges, or was that an offline play? Might have been. But yeah, I completely forgot that existed. All right, so yeah, I'm going to turn this way a little bit, more directly north. Yep. Yeah, see, it's almost cheating a little bit because you can pull up the map real quick and glance at what direction you're moving. It's a fundamental alteration of the way the Long Dark functions in its core mechanics. Ooh, we've got some wind. So does the weather actually get rough? Headache from the toxic fog. Alright, I still have that sprained wrist, by the way, so let's... Now, those are antibiotics. I don't have a bandage, but I do have painkillers. So the headache, I think, is from the... Yep, that's from... Okay, that's not from the fog. That's actually from the energy shot wearing off. My energy is... So that's a caffeine crash. I forgot that the energy shot kind of works like that. I think a lesser effect would be nice for drinking lots of coffee, because right now, as we've seen in the meta series multiple times, lots of coffee is kind of OP. Hi, dead guy. Did the Darkwalker get you too? My condolences.
Use this.
That sounds closer than I would like it to be. Oh, I know where I am. I know where I am. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So let's head up to Mystery Lake, and this will make a good transition for the episode as well. And let's head up to the top of this river, and hopefully the Darkwalker doesn't find me before I get there. We're going to be making the transition on pretty low energy, unless I have another coffee that I forgot about. I have... Oh, several more. Okay, cool. That's helpful. I honestly thought I drank it all. Or maybe had just like one more. But I have 2 more. So, that's helpful. Tiredness, it doesn't seem to be killing me... Well, nothing is killing me from my survival meters right now. But... the toxic fog is killing me. You can see the life bar slowly ticking down at the bottom of the screen, even though I don't have any afflictions that should be... I mean, that might have happened maybe when I took that fall, and I'm just now noticing how much health I lost. But I feel like that's probably the toxic fog getting worse and worse. Because the toxic fog is at 39%, and I would imagine the effect that that has on you is to slowly drain your life. And by slowly, I mean slowly now, but also getting faster and faster as time goes on. Let's leave Coastal Highway. Is there a fire here? No, there isn't. Okay, well... This is a good moment to transition between episodes. We've just hit the 30-minute mark. I am going to continue moving towards Mystery Lake and hopefully find the next fire relatively quickly. So we'll just have to see if I can survive on as little energy as I have. Hang on, let's drink another coffee, speaking of that. this is cave-like because this is, you know, there's two directions we could be moving in. There's the direction we're coming from and the direction we're going, and like they're opposite each other with no alternatives. So we've got a situation that, even though we're out in the open, is very much like being in a cave. And if the Darkwalker shows up, I'm going to be super happy about it. Just kidding, I'm going to be terrified. But for now, I'm going to stop this episode here so that we can continue the shenanigans in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I know the waterfall is loud, but the waterfall is loud. Words, so I can use them. But I'm going to try to finish this anyway. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.